Let's take a look at the process for nominating priorities for the Asian Regional Priority Setting Workshop. We're on the Minor Use Foundation homepage, and you can see there is a button here for workshop details, or here you can go to the events dropdown and select Asian Regional Priority Setting Workshop. From here, you can select Nominate Priorities. Here you'll find some basic instructions for nominating existing priorities and submitting new priorities for the workshop. It's important to understand the unique ID of existing priorities for the nomination process. Please carefully review the list of existing priorities available from the View Current GMUPL button just below the instructions and above the nomination form on this page. Let's take a look at the list of existing priorities. Here in column A, you can see the existing priority unique ID. That's the number that you want to identify when you're using the form to nominate existing priorities. The list is presented as a read-only Google worksheet, so you can use Google's sort and filter features, which you'll probably find helpful in narrowing down the list to find priorities of interest. To access the sort and filter features, just hover in the column header that you're interested in. For example, crop common name. Then you'll see this little drop-down arrow. Click on that and then sort the sheet. You'll see that it pulls up a temporary filter view. And then you'll also see these other drop-down arrows within the column headers. I want to nominate an existing priority for carrots. So I'm going to click on that drop-down arrow in the crop name and then clear the filter. Then I'll search for carrots. I can see there are two options for carrots, one just for carrot and then another for carrot seed production. I'm going to select both of those so I can find the correct unique ID of the existing priority I want to nominate. Now I can see there are several existing priorities for carrots. The one that I'm particularly interested in is downy mildew. All right, so I see there's already an existing priority for that, which is number 2782. So I'm going to take a note of that. Let's see, another priority that I'm interested in is dragon fruit. So I'm going to filter for that. First, I'm going to clear off carrots, and then I'm going to search for dragon fruit. Okay. I also know dragon fruit has another common name, and we'll search for that as well. I see the existing priority that I'm interested in, which is black deadarm. So that unique priority ID is 4491. I'll take note of that as well. Now I'm going to go back over to the Minor Use Foundation website to the nomination form. At the top of the form, I'm going to fill out my name, email, and country. Then I'm going to scroll down and enter the unique ID of the existing priority I want to nominate. Let's see, that was 2782. And then I'm going to click to fill form. And I see the other fields populate with the crop common name, target common name, and other fields on the form have auto-populated. You can't change anything that's in those fields because they're tied to the existing priority. Okay, if any of the fields are not what you expect, please go back to the list of existing priorities and confirm the unique ID. Okay, so I am going to select I'm not a robot and then submit. After you hit submit, you'll see a thank you screen that includes your country, the unique ID of the existing priority, the crop common name, and the target common name. From this thank you screen, you can nominate another existing priority or add a new priority. Just click on either of the links that's available. I'm going to nominate another existing priority. As you can see, your name, email, and country is already filled out on the form, and then you just enter the next priority that you want to nominate. The second one I wanted to nominate is 4491. I'll click to fill form, check to make sure that's the right information, scroll down, select I'm not a robot, and submit. Okay. All right, so when looking at the list of existing priorities for dragon fruit, I see there's not an existing priority for the combination of dragon fruit and leafhopper. And that's a particular problem in my country, so I want to nominate that as a new priority. So I will go back to the foundation website in the other tab I have open and click on Add a New Priority here. Again, you'll see the form populates with your name, email, and country. So scroll down a little bit and you'll find a drop down for the crop common name. Click on that drop down and you'll see all of the available crop names that are in the current global minor use priority list. If you know the crop you want to nominate is not in the list, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the drop down and scroll all the way down and select Add Option, which opens up a dialog box. Just type in here the option you want to add and click OK. Let's see, I know dragon fruit is already available, so I am going to select that. Let's see. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to go down to the target common name list and that drop down arrow, and let's see, again, these are all of the available current targets in the existing priority list. And I'm going to scroll down and select leafhopper. Leafhoppers, there we go. All right, then we choose the cropping system. If you want to nominate a priority for both field and greenhouse, please make an entry for each system. Next, select climate zone. If you don't see the option you want, select other and fill in the blank. Now, you may see an error message. Just type in the option that you want and the error message will go away. Okay. The discipline, let's see, I'm selecting entomology. All right. Now, everything in the section below is optional information for submitting a new priority. Everything above, these are required fields. We need this information from you in order to submit a new priority. Okay, everything below in this section is optional. Okay, if you do know the Codex crop group or Codex crop code, please enter it. But again, it's not required to submit. You'll also notice that there are reference links included right within the form. So if you wanted to look up those codes, you can. Okay, so I don't really know the code, but I'll just take a guess and I'll put in test here. So same thing here with the crop EPPO code and the target EPPO code. You have the reference link that's available, but it's not required information. For the target scientific name, this is certainly one that we are interested in having you fill out. Again, it's not required, but it is better if you do identify the target scientific name. It will help us understand the correct target or pests in the event that there are many different types within the target common name. So, for example, weeds has more than 50 associated scientific names. And this dropdown includes all of the target scientific names already in the existing priority list. And like with the other dropdowns, it's a lot, but you have the option to add another target scientific name if the one that you want is not available in the dropdown list. Okay. We also have a drop-down list of potential solutions. The solutions included in the drop-down come from the IR4 list of solutions and includes over 900 options listed alphabetically. Again, this field is optional, but if you understand or if you know of the potential solution that you're interested in, please select it. Down to the bottom, select I'm not a robot, and then click this review before submit button, which gives you another chance to make any changes before submitting the new priority. All right, so that looks good. Dragon fruit, leafhoppers, field application, tropical entomology. Okay, the rest of that looks good. If everything looks good, click submit. If you notice something that you need to change, just click back to form. Actually, I'm going to say this is for greenhouse application. All right, now that looks good. Then again, you need to make sure that I'm not a robot is clicked, review before submit. That all looks good. Now I can submit. You'll get the thank you screen that includes your country, the crop name, the target name, and the cropping system. And you'll also get that option to submit another new priority or nominate another existing priority. See, I'm done for now, so I'm just going to check my submissions. And to do that, I'm going to go back over in the other tab to the list of existing priorities and go down here to the bottom of the screen. You'll see that nominations tab. Click on that, and then you can view what you've submitted. All right, there's going to be several lines in this spreadsheet. So what you can do is go over here and sort, and then filter on your name. And then that way you can quickly see only your submissions. Okay. Now, if you do decide to come back on a subsequent day to add another new priority, for example, let's just refresh the screen, or I'll do this again. So it's a new day, I'm coming back, I want to nominate another new priority that I've discussed with my colleagues. So what you'll want to do in that scenario is click on this link here, the link right above the nominate existing priority form. And that gives you access to the submit new priority form. We did it this way because it's most likely that participants will nominate existing priorities first and then add new priorities by clicking on the links from within the thank you screen. So that covers it. Thank you so much for your time and for your participation in the priority setting process.